right, everybody good, everybody's up, and we are back. All right. Greetings, everyone. This is your spiritual consultant, your Shad'Oracle, MadamShadO, here in the Shadow Gallery with the Hellpaws. Not as per usual. Not as per usual. Tonight is a little different. And I know I went MIA basically all of February. But I have a reason. Virgo, what's up? So, let's just go ahead and do housekeeping. If you like to book a private session, purchase live for, or donate to me, the Hellpaws, or the show in general, you may do so at my website, www.MadamShadO.com, or via PayPal or Cash App directly to MadamShadO. There is no W in Shad'O ever. If you put a W in Shad'O, I'm not supposed to where your money goes, or where your money ends up. As per usual, love me, like me, share me, subscribe to me. Turn notifications on so you know when I go live. Join me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Big O, or TikTok. And if you're on Big O, by all means, want my tag loudly and proudly, sugar. Stay tuned after tonight's live ends. 15 to 30 minutes after tonight's live ends, you will get your end of day lesson on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, with that being said, Virgo, what the hell you had going on? Allow me to introduce y'all. So like I said, there was a reason I was MIA. We have a new addition to the Shad'O family. Thank you, sugar. And I have a new cup. One of the children on campus gave you COVID. Get it back. Well, I was going to sit here and leave it as a mystery type thing. And let me get y'all's... now I'm going to show you the new edition. You slide over. Meet the new edition. Wanna say hey? You in a black family now. We don't do all that face licking. So this is the new Hellpaw. Big baby, big baby. Now get down and finish killing your brother and sister. Sergio, what's up? Matter of fact, because she's so... Let me... You... Ow. Hold on, you. You gonna say hey to your people in a minute. Little sis has to go in her room because she is not to be trusted. We have been working with her. And baby, I forgot. It's been a long time since I had to deal with a puppy. Let me check my mic and everything. Of course, it's all the way up for whatever reason. There we go. Told me to take the COVID things as a sign to sit down somewhere. I mean, that's as good a sign as any. Look here. The more and more, I keep telling y'all, when shit happens like that, it's a sign that either you were going somewhere you had no business going, or you need to be somewhere that you need to be. So, because I had planned on coming in here like the whole month of February and just really only doing love readings, but she popped up. She was not planned whatsoever. So, well, ain't no telling what could have happened at that basketball game. Let's put it like this: it doesn't mean that anything bad was going to happen, or that the heck you do MMA. Oh, that's all it is. Oh, what? No way. What? What? What happened? Why I've been gone for so long? Is that what you're asking, JoJo? So a thing happened, unexpected and unplanned. Um, well, if you working that much, Virgo, yeah, you need to sit down. Um, oh, I done did that. When I say your 20s is for you to do that type of shit. Your 20s is built for you to burn out. That's what it's for, basically. But Jojo, we have a new addition. I know I said I was gonna come in here all of February. I was gonna do love readings. I was gonna do all this stuff, but unexpectedly, we have a new addition. Let me go get the baby. Jojo, are you ready? I can see you coming from here. Just, are you ready? The newest edition. Oh, I know. Say hi. That is to be determined. So, that's a girl. So like with her, I have a name that I've been calling her, but I was like, that's not gonna be her name. She has gotten used to that name, but I don't know. To be honest, I thought my twins would be like how it is online, the trips and friends and cars. That's all fairy tale. I hate to break it to you. I'm not saying it can't be done, but that shit they show online is just that shit they show online. It is fake it till you make it. It is, and she's gonna whine because she don't like being locked up. It is fake it till you make it. It is. It's just not real. I'm not saying people don't do it, but for it to be like that all the time, no, it's not gonna be like that. And like we've ran through a couple of names as to what I might call her, but honestly, cause like I have a name for her that kind of like just jumped out at me, but I'm like, this really don't fit her yet. I might have to do a little more research into the name that I picked to see if it can fit her. But because of how she moves and the way, cause she is a fucking, she's smart as shit. But like when I say she's smart, it is unnaturally smart how fast she picked up on a lot of things. And I mean she's a Belgian Malinois, so they are smart as shit. Sydney is like a really. I don't see her being a Sydney. Like she don't need a particularly soft name. She don't need a particularly hard name. So this is so far her personality. Smart as shit. She's really sweet. At least as far as the people I have actually let her meet and introduce her to. But she's not. She's not going to be a. She's not one of these Hellpaws. These are comfortable, while she will be more of a working Hellpaw. Let's see, she's smart, she's really sweet, but she's very protective. Very protective. Very, this is my area. Who the fuck are you? That is my mama. Who the fuck are you? This is bruh and sis. Who the fuck are you? Like, she has all three of the Hellpaws that y'all have seen. Yeah, well, Virgo, Judge, I don't think y'all have seen my third Hellpaw. Because she's up there with my mom. But she has that type of intelligence. But I think she surpasses that one. Myra, Patricia. No. And like the way her breed is, they're not gonna be that type of friendly. Kairos, what's going on, sugar? And thank you for following. Uh, I'm probably gonna go with something in mythology. I haven't really set which mythology yet. Honestly, the name my friend picked might fit her more, but I gotta see more of her personality. Like within the next 2 weeks, I should hopefully know what I'm gonna have as her official name. Like right now, she just has a working name, but she does shit. I'm gonna tell you, she did. I thought that. But it only because it's a boy name. I was like, like my friend threw out the name Athena, which Could be. Could work. But it don't sit with her. Nathan, what's going on, sugar? Welcome, welcome. Seppa. That's why I'm like, I don't want to pick a name that a lot of people have. Like the names these two have, like they're fairly common, but they're also names that one I did not name the black Hellpaw. Ask your question, Nathan. I didn't name the black Hellpaw. Black Hellpaw's name would have been from an anime I like, but he was not my dog, and I did not name him. And by the time I ended up with him, it was years later, so wasn't no point in trying to change his name. White Hellpaw I named, but hers was just like it was just there. It jumped out. There was no way I didn't know her name. Are there any spirits around you? Yeah. But it's funny as shit because it's like yes, but no. Yes, but only one. Do you know a guy who used to love fishing? Because it's the first thing that jumps out about this picture. A man who used to love fishing. The only reason I didn't pick Bastet is because she's a cat. She's a cat goddess. Now to be fair, her ass looks like a fox when she's running around the yard. Your friend broke up with you. Is it the boy or is it the girl? I want to know which one broke up with you. Nathan, do you know a guy who used to really like fishing? Because if that is him. The girl, why she break up with you? Did her feelings get in the way? Is it supposed to rain? Let me check my... And the other issue was that I've been having internet issues. I want to switch, but at the same time, I don't want to switch internets. She told me she couldn't do it anymore and stepped back to not interfere with my relationship. Her feelings got in the way. Yeah. At least she did that. I applaud and commend her for that. Because not many people would do that. Not many people would sit here and say, "You're my best friend. Fuck your wife. Fuck your fiance. I was here before she was even a thought." So I commend her for taking a step back. It's the fact that she felt like she needed to take the step back, though. So there were some feelings somewhere. In fact, she said she couldn't do it anymore. Usually when we say, "I can't do this no more," it's usually a feeling thing. It's usually somebody's emotions, somebody's feelings are getting into it. She asked for all her shit back. Oh, she broke up, broke up. But at the same time, no. Because why the fuck? I don't want none of that shit I gave you back. On one end, I get it because it's petty. It's like I'm walking away and I'm taking my toys with me. But on the other end, if I got you something, it's not something I can use. It's something that I know is strictly for you. It's something that, why the fuck would I take anything back? That just makes no sense to me. That's an emotional move there. It's emotional, and I'm gonna be honest. Now I can't say for her, but for a lot of women, if we do that, we're testing you. If we sit here and say I can't do this no more, I'm getting in the middle of your relationship and your relationship is on the rocks because of me and is usually we want to see if you tell us that you can't live without us. We want to see how important we are to you. That's usually what that is. Now, some of us will do a clean break, but like me, I do clean breaks. I don't want a damn thing I gave you back. I want you to lose my fucking number. I want you to forget about any and everything I have ever taught you. I don't want shit to do with you no more. Whatever the fuck you learn, whatever the fuck you got, I can't make you give back the lessons that I gave you and you give them to somebody else. Low key, what's up, sugar? But I don't want nothing to do with you. Take all that shit with you. I let her be. She said, whatever it takes to heal. Oh, you let her be. You told her whatever it takes to heal. That girl got feelings for you. A lot of this stuff, I'm telling you, the way you're describing what happened is a breakup. Ask the cards what? I'm telling you, this sounds like she was feeling you, and I mean feeling you. Your wife peeped it, which is why your wife does not like, I'm sorry, your fiance, which is why she peeped it and why she don't like you being that close to her, because she see the feelings. Did your friend have feelings for you? I'm sorry, let me ask this. Does she have feelings for you? No? Did she? Yep. And if I go by that card that said, does she? She getting rid of him. She getting rid of him. Your response to her most likely told her what she wanted to know. Not what she needed, what she wanted to know. So when she told you, I can't do this anymore, I'm getting in the way of your marriage, your fiance don't like me, all this kind of shit. Once she said all that, she wanted to hear from you. No, you're not. You're my best friend. Nobody's going to come between us. Yeah, she's my fiance, but I've only known her 5 years. I've known you 15. That's what she said. Me letting her heal made her feel solid in her action. She needed to know where she stood with you. She needed to see what your reaction would be if she told you she was going to walk out of your life. Your response to her was go ahead and walk. Strap your fucking boots up and walk the fuck on. That's what you told her. That's keeping the door open. Says she'll always be your friend. That's keeping the door open. She has feelings for you. They were getting stronger. You're engaged. She realizes just how far she will go, or rather, she realizes that you are not the you she knew when y'all met or when y'all were hanging out. Pretty much, you're not the you that she knew before your fiance was in the picture. Permanently. That's what this is. She loves you. But whoever you become around your fiance or whoever she's pretty much shaping you up to be, she's realizing she's losing her best friend. The man she has feelings for. And probably seeing you two together, but seeing how unhappy you are with her is bothering the fuck out of her. You're an outgoing person. If I'm right, you said you've known this girl for about 10, 15 years, right? So she's seen you being outgoing, outspoken. She's seen you go to concerts. She's seen you go just be out there and be around people. But your fiance is not that type of person. So you have scaled all the way back, but your fiance has not scaled up to meet you. She's still where she is. You came down to where your fiance was. And your best friend is like, but you like going out. But you like doing this. Like, let's say, like, JoJo, let's say you like cooking. And you always cooking. But you're not cooking now. Because she don't feel like it's a man's place to cook. But you make great food. So it's like she's seeing you stifle who you are to bring yourself to a lower level. She don't like that. She want to see JoJo be JoJo. She don't want to see JoJo be Boo Boo the food. Now this is bothering her on a different level because now she's trying to figure out, why do I care so much? I mean, I get he's my friend. We're able to compartmentalize to a degree. We know how to stay out of people's shit. What don't concern us, don't concern us. If it ain't us, it ain't us. But it's only so many times you're going to come to me complaining about something. Because I'm either going to tell you to shut the fuck up about it, or I'm going to tell you to change it. Usually, I'm going to tell you, so what are you doing to change it first? I'm going to ask you that first. Now, if you sit there in it, I used this example once. Because somebody was complaining to me about some shit. And I said, well, you're already in hell. Either walk through the fire or sit in it. One of the two. So they didn't understand. I said, if you're in hell and you're miserable being in hell, the only way out of hell is to keep walking. I'm literally about to... Okay, it says restore. Let me look. Because these people here, and like I'm gonna end up calling them and being like, look here, I'm gonna need to change internet providers because the amount of times y'all drop is fucking insane. Especially for what I'm paying. Yeah, I'm gonna call them in the morning. But yeah, this is what she's saying. You're not being who you are. So the first time they did fix the signal. As well, apparently they fixed the signal. But the last time when I had them come out here, it was something to do with the box because they did send out a new box. But when I took it out, the actual box, I think it was the router. Whichever one I took out, you could hear it rattling inside it. So I had them come out here. That's when Guy came out here and went through 5 fucking boxes trying to figure out the issue. That was working great. They are doing something. I don't know if they're trying to put the lines underground or if they're like fixing some shit. I know we do have a storm rolling through, but it has not hit here yet. And we did have a lot of trees down when the last big storm hit. Hell, I got a tree down in my backyard right now. I don't think they can really figure out what the fucking issue is. Like right now, it's not even saying that I have dropped frames. It's just saying like, because the last part was the issue. It was the actual signal. Like I was dropping frames. Like it'll show you on this where it's like your percentage of drop frames. And it's at 0. So it's not the signal. This is like the actual internet itself cutting out. We're going to see. We're going to see. But I'm going to call him in the morning because I'm like, nah, this is, this is getting annoying. And y'all need to give me some type of discount or something because y'all fucking with my streams. But yeah. That's all it is, JoJo. Baby, I'm gonna butcher this name. Shad'O? Shirty? Shad'O? Saint Sir? Saint, what's going on, sugar? How you doing? Do I live in a rural area or a suburb or city? Yeah. I get Shad'O. Oh, almost like Sade. Okay, Shad'O, what's going on? It's a weird mix of damn near all 3. Maybe not the suburb one though, but it's a mix of all 3. It is city, but I have farms around me as well. You got a job offer. Good. Well, for what? Okay, what's going on? So will the job offer go well? It does not look like it'll go well. 9 hours a week for $450. Shit, that ain't damn bad. I mean, that's $1,800 a month. It doesn't look like the offer will go well. Let's see. Basically, should she take the offer? Take it. Take it. Literally, that's the will of it. Take it. Baby, that's $1,800 a month. That you ain't really got to do shit but run errands. When you say run errands, are they paying like for the gas and the mileage? Like what are they doing? Like cash the check and Walmart stops. Just make sure there ain't no kidnapping trying to put you in your basement like not trying to remake a baby that somebody lost. Like let's just make sure it's not that. But yeah. Baby, let me tell you, if I worked at my job that long, matter of fact, let me do some math right now. I still wouldn't make that in a day. Yeah. If I worked the 8-hour shift, I would not make that. At least at my day job. So what's going on, Shad'O? It's more than that. It's damn sure more than that. That's you're saying 9 hours. She's looking at least like $45 an hour. $50 an hour. Yeah. Let's see. $50 an hour. I mean, you could look at it that way. It's giving you something to pay out. What I would say is, okay, and also in this last month that I've been MIA, of course, the sisters was sestering. And I realized like a little bit of something. So one thing I've realized is we need schedules. Okay? I hate it. I can't stand it. But life without schedules is just living and not enjoying it. So, you need a schedule. And I'm trying my best to break myself into it. Let me tell you, remember how I told y'all, and I tell y'all this a lot. I'm gonna just join big on search reading this. I do tell myself, but I don't do my own. Why not? What I will say is, remember I told y'all that don't ask for shit unless you really, unless you are really and truly open to the way they solve shit. You do every now and then. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't ask for them for shit that y'all not ready for. You got yourself strawberries and cupcakes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta show yourself a little self-love. So what I figured out, or what they showed me, or however the solution came, was that especially last year. Last year really fucked me completely up. Last year was probably The lowest I have been in a long, long time. I would, yeah, this would have to be like the lowest I had been. And this year is more of just bouncing back, getting back into it. So one thing I tried to start doing was taking care of my skin more, taking care of my hair more, get back into makeup because I used to, do a little makeup. I ain't gonna say I'm over here doing the contour. Let me tell you, I can't stand that black shit that they put here. I can't stand that. Every person I done seen with that shit on, especially them Kardashians, it looked like somebody beat the goddamn shit out their face. I can't stand that shit. I understand what it's for, but a lot of people go too goddamn heavy on it. I'd rather just highlight, like, do a little something and highlight and keep it pushing. That's it. I ain't trying to be in there for 45 hours. I just don't have patience. Thanks for following, Sugar. And, thank you for the gift. But you have to have a purpose. You have to have an idea. So one thing I said this year I was going to get back into what I used to do. Getting my nails done, at least going to get my hair done, get it once a year because I used to get it once a year actually blown out and all that kind of shit. I used to do a lot. And last year kicked my ass into the fucking dirt. That's bronzer? Nah, that need to be called something else because they be looking like bruiser. That's what it should be called, bruiser, because it look like a big ass bruise on their face. But yeah, I said this year I'm gonna get back into what I was doing. So I sat with the ancestors, and I didn't do much of myself last year at all. Baby, I had too many deaths in my family to do shit. If it wasn't that, it was a car, it was money, like every fucking thing was kicking my ass. Everything. So, this year I said I was going to get back into it. And in order for me to do that, like one thing I did realize when I was lower in weight, my natural sleep pattern was I was falling asleep around 9 o'clock. But I would wake up at like 12, be up for a couple hours, and then go back to sleep at like 3 in the morning. But I was on like a schedule. That's why when you went, man, I thought something went down. No, it wasn't. It was and it wasn't. It was and it wasn't. We did have some other shit that happened in the family. No deaths though. I don't think I could do another year starting off with a death. I'm just not strong enough to do that. I'm just now getting okay with saying that my grandmothers are dead. So, we ain't starting this year like that. Yeah, last year, I don't know what the fuck was going on last year. Last year sucked. But it was just a lot of little shit. But it was enough. Well, I can't say this was little because when they brought it to me, yeah, I don't know if I was just burnt out or I was just like, here we go again. It had to. Things are going well, so some dumb shit has to happen. But so far, it's been pretty good. Anything that did happen was rectified damn near immediately. For the most part. At least like the immediate shit that you can fix was fixed or taken care of in the moment. I will say that I did have a family member that ended up in the hospital. But it was something. My family, we some stubborn asses, okay? We not gonna tell you we hurt until it's more than too late. We ain't gonna tell you we hurt until the damn leg done fell off. And then guess what? At that point, the leg done fell off. I don't feel it no more. But she's okay. She went in there. They checked her. Apparently, this was a fucking infection that went completely fucking south and affected everything. But she's home, getting treatment. Everything's good so far. What else? You gonna make some time for yourself? Caleb been fussing at you for 3 months. Well, I mean, everybody has to make time for themselves. I think that's what this is why I say you need a schedule. Whew, excuse me. I know, and I hate it because I like to be the free living type person, but not having a schedule, you don't have a purpose. You don't have a direction. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, what you're trying to get out of things. Like, you need a why. And that's what a schedule allows you to have. Yeah, and I hate routine too, which is why you're supposed to have like a couple of routines. But I also I'm a creature of habit. Once I start doing something repeatedly, it's hard for me to stop it. But once I've stopped it long enough, that becomes the new habit. So, with this, I might have been getting burnt out. You know, I think everybody hates having a schedule. You hate saying, hey, I need to wake up at this time. I need to do this. I need to go do. Everybody hates that. Everybody hates that. But if you don't, you'll waste a lot more time. Like, giving yourself schedules, giving yourself deadlines is telling you need, this is direction you're going. Because look at all the people who are famous, who are rich and everything. They may not knew what they wanted to do, but they knew what they didn't want to do. Like the guy who did Amazon, I guarantee he did not think it was going to get this big. What, Jim Bezos, something J or Jim Bezos. I don't think he thought it was going to get that big. He just knew this was a project that he wanted to do. And that's what he wanted to do. He knew he did not want to do anything else but that project. And therefore, he put his all into it. Finding that purpose, I can't say it fixes everything, but it shapes everything. It molds it. It directs it. So he didn't know what the fuck he didn't want to do, or he did want to do, but he knew he didn't want to do this shit. He knew this was his baby. Amazon was his baby. And he was going to put his all into it. When you're going to put your all into stuff, you naturally start making a schedule. If you say you're going to go to school, guess what? You're naturally going to have a schedule. You got times where you got to go to class. So you're already going to have to look around and say, hey, I need to do this. I can't do this. I need to move this. I need to do this. I need to do that. So one of the things I was looking at was like, when I go live, I started going live at 9:30. But for the schedule that I feel like would be best for me, I need to move lives up to like 8, 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't want to, but the way the ancestors, the deities, the spirits, and everybody are moving shit, I'm going to move these lives up. Because I naturally, the time that I've had, this is why I say be careful what the fuck you ask for. Because I told them, I sat down with the ancestors earlier this year. I said, this is going to be my year of, this is not a restart year. This is not a redo year. This is not a rebuild year. We not nothing. I'm not nothing. This is just a year where I am building. And that's where I think a lot of people get an issue is that they want to rebuild something. Well, guess what? If you rebuild on a fucking sinkhole, guess what the fuck is going to happen to that thing you build? It's going to sink again. If you do shit the same way every single time and it's still failing, it's going to fail the next time. That's just how it fucking works. So, this is not my year to rebuild. This is the year for me to build the life that I want. The life that I know I deserve. The life that I am going to and am leading. So, I started looking up billionaire and millionaire lifestyles. Because I knew there was no way billionaires and millionaires live the way a lot of celebrities live. Okay? My brain started, like, I think sometime after this live, or not this one, but like after the last live I did, the Beyonce concert that she did for, I think, India and somewhere overseas. There was a TikTok because you couldn't find the fucking again. I'm not like a huge Beyonce Dubai. That's it. I'm not gonna say I'm a crazy Beyonce fan or anything like that. Like, some, she has good music, but I'm like, that's about it for me. Like, I'm not going gaga over her. Michael B. Jordan, however, Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, with his baby having ass with his wife, and Mr. Shamar Moore with his baby having ass. Them, and I'm gonna go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on. Her, no. But there was a TikTok where they showed her, and this is, I think it's toward the end of it. And Drunken Love, I think is that the last song? The one when the water was shooting up and all that shit? Maybe Jordan had a star in Hollywood today. My brother was there for the celebration and met him. And Jonathan Majors. I don't even know who Jonathan Majors is. Why your brother met my husband and didn't fucking call me? I mean, I guess you don't have my number, but you can go to my website. Why didn't he put Michael B. Jordan in his goddamn back pocket? I didn't watch Creed 1. As much as I like Michael B. Jordan, I still ain't watched Creed. I'm not a boxing fan, but at the same time, I actually like the Rocky movies. I know I'm weird. I know it's supposed to be about Apollo and his son, but still. But yeah, like, why did he put him in his pocket? Why did he put him in his trunk? Why did he not bring my husband to... Do you see how close Michael B. Jordan is getting to me? JoJo's brother done met him. That's damn near like I done met him at this point. He coming. He is coming. Lovecraft Country, ain't watched that. Kang, ain't watched that. About Siren, but I do like water. Well, it's a siren call, because, baby, I've been called a siren. I've been called a lot of things, but siren is definitely one. Yeah, have a purpose. You got to have a purpose. So, like, Virgo, you're in school. You have a schedule. Your 20s is for you to get burnt out. We all get burnt out. That's what it's for. Is this it for your friendship with your friend? Is his friend completely through with him? Is she gonna come back? Yes, she is completely through with you, but she's coming back. Until I have water spirits hang around. That's possible. Do you see random little wet marks around the house? It don't make sense to you because you're a guy. Yes, she is completely done with you. And yes, she's coming back. Meaning, yes, she is completely done with you in the aspect or in the relation that you're used to seeing her as. And she's coming back in a different position. That's basically what that means. So that door that she left open, I'm always here if you need me. That's the gateway. Waterfalls, my grandmother pipes burst and all. Well, could be. I would research sprites and not the soda. I will research water nymphs. I will research water deities and see what things they like, and I would leave it out for them. I would make sure I let it be known that, hey, this is designated for them and for them to partake until they're full. Or at least until they're satisfied. No, you're on the right track. Virgo, I will tell you, because it wasn't told to me. And you don't learn it until you're actually doing it and you're actually in it. And this is why the older people always say, you know, hindsight is 2020 and all that shit. Your teenage years, pretty much your school years is for you to fuck up. Your school years is for you to burn out. Once you're roughly hitting in your 30s, that's when the adulthood shit really hits you. Matthew, what's up, honey? You don't feel safe unless you buy water. Makes sense. Aw. Well, Matthew, just to let you know, we have a new addition to the family. But you get back to work. um. Yeah. Yeah. Just have your purpose, or at least try to find it. Like 30s is when your adulthood really hits because if let's play this, if you have older people in your family, roughly in your 30s is when you start the process of losing like major losses. Yeah, the burnouts they suck, but once you come out of it and you look back, you're gonna look at that shit like, man, you could take that shit on the chin now, like it ain't gonna phase you. Now, I ain't there yet with what happened last year. I'm still that shit still hurt. It's like I'm not chalking that one up yet. You said new edition. I really thought a human baby. I did it on purpose. I said it that way on purpose. I knew y'all was gonna think, when the fuck was you pregnant? I knew it. Mm-hmm. You not giving up your room? Well, she done took somebody's room. Vandal Stanley, what's going on? Yeah, you. The 30s is when shit gets hard. And it's hard because it's new to you. Like I'm pretty sure you've heard your parents say, "Oh, well, you know, your uncle such and such on this side of the family passed," and oh, your cousin 3 trees removed or whatever the fuck it's called, they gone. That type of shit. It makes sense that you wouldn't understand it, but just think your parents lost because my mom would talk about one of her uncles, and I have to remember this was her uncle, which would be my uncle, but this woman was close to this man. So she had to hurt when he passed. And you don't think about it that way because you're thinking that's mom. Mom is strong. Mom don't, that shit don't happen. And everybody goes through it. And our parents have gone through it. Is your fiance pregnant? Yeah. I'm not entirely sure she wants to be. I think she is balancing or playing with the idea of getting rid of it. Yeah. I didn't understand loss to my pop pack. Yeah. Yep. Real mean. Real closed off. When my grandmother passed last year, denial hit me before anything else. Even after we did the deed, she still drank a few shots a day. She just drank shots a few days later. What the fuck that mean? People used to smoke pregnant and drink pregnant back in the fucking 50s, 60s, and 70s. It's in the beginning stage. Now, I don't condone y'all doing it, but it's just, here's the thing. That's why a lot of people are against those abortion bills, because women don't tend to know they're pregnant in that first trimester. A lot of times you still get your period. A lot of times you don't have any urges. You know how some people get violently sick. A lot of times that shit does not happen until much later in the pregnancy. Until like those hormones have built up in your system and shit. She did miss she might have missed a period. In the first trimester is when, if you are gonna have a miscarriage, those first 3 months tend to be when you would have a miscarriage, because everything, the lining got to thicken up. It's a lot of shit going on, so it's very possible that yes, she is pregnant, yes, she is having those symptoms, but it can also just pass on through in that first trimester. Like, she can get pregnant and it just don't stick. I had to help my father figure what's going. Had to figure it out. Yeah, she's very hungry, but she could just be depressed. Depression takes on a lot of forms. She can either be depressed where she's eating a lot, or she could be depressed where she has no appetite. And your depression does change with age. Uh-huh. I'm telling you, if you research it, women don't tend to find out they're pregnant until basically that 3rd month, which is why those abortion bills are not fair. Because let's say you get pregnant and it's right after your period. It's very possible you get the next one. Or if it's right after your period, it's very possible you get your next period. And those hormones don't build up to stop your period until later on. Oh, yeah. But usually by that 2nd trimester, if the baby gonna stick, that's typically when it gonna stick. If it don't make it past the first 3 months, it wasn't gonna stick. Yeah. Mom was out there doing her shit, slanging shit. That's how, I mean, me not say I condone or condemn anything. But mom was living her best life. And you turned out fine. Yeah. You gotta think. Like, different ages, different time periods. Like, it's a lot of different shit. And here's the other thing. Some pregnancies don't show. Some women can be pregnant. I know most of the women in my family, if not all, and let's put it this, all the ones I have actually put my eyes on and seen when they was pregnant didn't show. They didn't start showing until they were in their 9th month. My mom was like that with both of us, me and my brother. She did not show until like the end of her 8th month. My mom was a stick. When I say thin, I mean baby. She eat, them cartoons where they eat a chicken bone and you see the bone in the stomach? My mom was thin. And did not blow up until her 9th month. My cousin, you think all she did was eat real good. Real, real good. That's all you would think. She kept it a secret. Matter of fact, a girl I worked with at my old job, she was pregnant. She was pregnant. We had no idea. Because we didn't, like, at that job, nobody really talked to each other. We only saw each other, like, when we were actually either on the blocks or on the lanes or in the office. So we didn't really communicate, and we didn't get close enough to see if there were any facial changes. We didn't look at each other enough. And by the time she was actually showing, it was getting cold. So she was wearing hoodies. She still looked the same. I didn't see no different. But I didn't look at this child either. And the next thing you know, they were saying, oh, well, she's out for maternity leave. The fuck? When? When did she get pregnant? Didn't look no different. So that's the thing, JoJo. If she is, it's very possible that one, she don't really know it. Two, she don't feel it, and it's possible that the pregnancy doesn't stick. Or if it does, she may not show until way later on into the pregnancy. Yeah, ignore all of this. This needs to be washed. At least to me, it does. It probably doesn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And you said she was depressed, right? Where's that card? Because that's why I asked you, was she that she might be juggling getting rid of it, because the lady in the card looks very, very distraught. When the card pops up again, I'll show it to you. But yeah, she's very distraught in this card. She lost her job a few weeks back. Yeah, that could weigh heavy on you. But I will say this. When you are at your lowest, the first thing to remember is that the only place to go is up. Unless you decide you just want to dig through the dirt. But you only go up from there. I mean, you can go laterally too, but the only reasonable way to go is up. Two, I'm about to cut somebody out. This weird ass account on Instagram tried to follow me. And I'm like, no. And that's what I sent them. I deleted the request and I sent them no. They just sent blessings be upon you. And I said again, no. See, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. So this person said, blessings be upon you. I said, again, no. Said, God blessings be upon you. Is anything the problem, my fellow WOG? I'm assuming this supposed to be woman of God. I said, what gave you the impression that I was a Christian? They're typing now. I don't like dumb shit. Baby, I could be some anything. Hell, I could be atheist. I could be satanic. What is the problem, woman of God? You. I really want to see what they say to this. My spirit and instincts. And it doesn't fail me. And that's the same thing that pushed me into... Baby doll, we're going to go ahead and cut this to the... We're going to cut this, okay? Let me do it this way. Baby doll, your spirit and your instincts lied to you. And they have failed you. And they should not have pushed you here because, baby, my team pushes back. Do not message me again. I am not your woman of God, is what I'm assuming you're saying. Don't try to send me none of your blessings because whatever is wrong with you, I don't want that over here. I don't need that over here. And if you message me again, my team will see about you. That is not a threat. That is a guaranteed promise and an absolute fact. Get out of my inbox. I could be, you talking worshiping Zenu? I could be worshiping the mighty Zul. There is only one and he is Zul and Zul is me. The fuck? Can't stand people who do that shit. That's the type of people that make Christianity look bad right there. God pushed you. God didn't push you over here. God did not do that. Don't you sit here and lie on God like that. My instincts lied. My spirit lied. And it doesn't fail me. You're right. It triple dog failed you. The fuck out of my damn inbox. What messages you done sent me, JoJo? Because I can check. Madam's over here. Did you? Ooh, they still typing. You thought, oh, I didn't mean to worry you. You brought food. What food you brought? Water soup. I have my own, thank you. What's going on, car? Oh, they typing again. Yeah, well, life happens. Or what they say. No, my dear. You sent me a friend request first. I deleted that. And the no was to that as well. No offense, but my team, my God, what I serve, would not have sent somebody to me like this. Disrespectfully, you don't know me, and there's no reason for you to be sitting here trying to request me. And she said, you hit me up at first and I responded to you. But no offense, you shouldn't be rude because you never might know when you will be pushing the right person away that's going to change your life and be an answers to all your unread prayers to God. And again, you keep saying prayers to God. You don't know what I believe in or who I serve or what I serve. And I warned you if you keep messaging me what was going to happen. So, Welcome to the Shadow Gallery, sugar. Thank you for your soul. And you have the day you deserve. And let's block this person. Block. Reports. Um yeah, and that they all do that, which is weird as shit. I'm like, I don't I would never understand that, but whatever. But no. So far everything's been maintaining. It hasn't been as bad as last year. Everything's been better. A lot better. But we did have a new addition, and I've already showed them I'm not going to go get her again. She needs to take a nap. Okay. But yeah, go just whatever it is that you got going. Matter of fact, let me look, JoJo. Let me see if I can see what you sent me. Oh fuck, you did send me something. Wait. Oh, so when you have this type of account, you have more than one fucking inbox. I just, if I never see the notification come up saying there's something there, I don't look. Damn, I didn't know that. My bad. I'm so sorry. I did not see this. Fuck, my bad. Now I feel terrible. Yeah, I did not know that that had three fucking inboxes. Shit. I thought it was like regular Instagram where you only get one inbox and that's what happens. It just pops up. No, JoJo did message me on Instagram, but I'm so used to how regular Instagram looks that I didn't know I had three inboxes. So I never, it doesn't give you like the little one that's like a notification that's saying, hey, you have a message. It didn't give me that. So I figured wasn't nothing in there. I never looked. Shit. One says one inbox is primary, one says general, and let me go back. Primary, general, and requests. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize it. But yeah, you everything is gonna be good. Just look. Okay, let me backtrack. Back to what I told y'all. Be careful what you ask for, or understand this. Whatever you're going through is basically the result of past decisions, past actions. Even who you are now is the result of past actions. You can change that at any time you wish. Understand it is not going to be overnight. Understand it is going to take time. Okay? It's not going to be always quick. Let me tell you what me and my team did yesterday. Today? Today. It feels like yesterday. Might have been yesterday. Either way. Um. Oh, so it was today. Yeah, because I was on the way to work. This morning when I was driving to work. I had to go in early today, like an hour and a half early. So I'm driving to work. I have the Waze app up and everything, and of course it tells me traffic is building up. Now, mind you, I'm not usually out the house this early. The times I was, there was no traffic. I was just boom going down. This time, it was a lot of people out. I didn't understand why. And it told me that traffic was building up ahead. And it rerouted me down the same path I've always gone. Literally, it took me down the exact same route that I always take to work. Now, me, and this is literally how this played out. I see y'all, I got you. This is how this played out in my head. Okay. I'm driving down the highway. I see nothing but red lights, brake lights. So what is my reaction? Oh, I need to be looking for the first turn off. I need to get on the next exit. And something stopped me. And it was like, remember that dream you had about you being down there in the game and us being up here looking out for you? And you were like, I need to clear the rooms first before I go do this. And we were saying, what the fuck are you doing? You can literally just get your shit now. Trust us. And I said, you know what? I'm going to trust you. All these fucking lights. Now, mind you, I had to be at work at least by 8:15. Well, no, by 8. Yeah, 8:20, 25. So, yeah, 8:15. I was going to be there literally at 8:13. No, 8:15. According to my phone. And I'm like, I need to be looking over here. Okay, I'm going to get off here. And I'm going to just do this. But that exit probably going to have people. Let me go to the next one. And in my head, I was like, you know what? Let me stop all this thinking. Okay? Let me stop trying to think over what they're telling me. This says to keep going. Mind you, this is the app. Here's the best thing about the app. You know, Waze, everybody gets to report shit. That's how you find out that traffic is building up. The brake lights are slowing down. There's an accident over here. There's a car in the street. There's a carcass or something on the road. That's how you find out, because people are going ahead of you. They've seen the path. They know what's there. The GPS just calculates, is this in line with your plan? Now, y'all want a general message? Baby, this might be it right here, because it worked for me. You are in the car. Okay? You got a destination that you're heading to. This is what I'm saying. Purpose. Your purpose is to get to that destination. That's what you need to do. You don't know what else, whatever else it is, but you just know, I'm getting here. I'm going to get here. I have to get here. I need to get here by this time. Purpose, deadline. Here comes the schedule. You know where you have to be on that Wednesday morning. So what do? You go to bed early. You wake up early. This is schedule. That's what this part is. This is schedule. Now that we done got through schedule, now this is the action part. You done woke up early. You done took care of all your business. Now you're en route. This is how life works. You're en route. You gonna run into different shit on the road of life. What did I run into? A lot of fucking traffic. But my ancestors that came before me, see, they already down there. They already down the road. What they did was then come and tell my GPS. You know, the one who is directly responsible for getting me to my destination. Tell her, keep going down this road. Because some of my ancestors did go off on them exits. And found out that exit was a lot longer and a lot harder and a lot rougher of a ride than the path that I was on. They done warned me, don't go that way. Why? Because all your ancestors thought the same thing. Oh shit, this too much traffic here. I can't do this. This too much. It's going to take too long. Let me go over here. And you add 15 years of hell on your life trying to get through that traffic. They said, keep her on this path here. So what did I do? I said, all right, I'm trusting y'all. I still remember the exit when I said it. I might not remember the number, but I need to go back and remember the number. But I remember the exit when I said it. And and I saw the lights. And I remember looking at my phone, and I looked up and I said, "Are y'all sure?" Keep going straight. All right, we gonna keep going straight. And I kept going straight. And the brake lights kept building up. But we never slowed. Like, not a complete stop. I never came to a complete stop. Now, I might have slowed down a little bit, but it was never a complete stop. And then next thing I know, the lane that I was in, that I'm always riding, I always ride in this damn lane. The lane that I always ride in was the fastest lane. And it was moving. Compared to all the rest of them. With some of them were at a stop. But my lane was moving. I said, okay. We tooling on down. I see the time on my GPS go up from 8:15. You get that 8:16. You get that 8:17. I said, I can't do this. I'm about to get off. But then I got to a point where between these two, now on my route, there's a big distance between these two exits. It is probably like 1.5 miles to 2 miles of distance between. So if I didn't get off at that exit, the first one I was thinking about, I got 2 miles of hell of traffic before I get to the next one. I said, okay, I'm a trust y'all. And I'm literally looking like this the whole time. And I'm driving. Y'all sure? Keep going. I said, okay, I'm going to keep going. I get to where the traffic bottlenecks, basically. It's two cars on the left-hand side. They might have had like a little fender bender. I didn't see anything major, but they were on the left-hand side, broke down or whatever. And then it opened up. And it opened up at the exit that I was thinking about getting off of in case the traffic didn't open up. What happened right after that exit? Traffic started kind of slowing up again. I was like, damn, maybe I should have got off at that exit. But the GPS did not tell me to get off at that next exit. The GPS said keep going straight. Keep following the same path that you've been following. Because right now, it is better for you to keep doing what you always did than to go over here and try something different. Ooh, that was a thing there. That was a thing there. Sometimes it is better for you to do what you always did than to try something new in that moment. This is where faith and trust come in. Right. It says keep going straight. So I keep going. Now the traffic was starting to slow up. Then all of a sudden, like after I get like closer to the next exit, my exit is on the right hand side after this next exit. I just get over and I'll just move over. The lane that I had been riding in started slowing up. The lane I took over here started speeding up. Okay, so obviously I'm going on the right path because y'all are making it so even if, and here's the thing, that accident or whatever, that completely stopped them people. See, they had to be on the side of the road dealing with whatever they had to deal with. And it slowed everybody else down. It slowed me down. But I was able to keep going. I keep going. I get to whatever the fuck that exit is. And it just opens up. Like literally once I passed wherever those cars would stop, I really didn't slow up. And in fact, I got to speed up. Especially when I moved over. I got to keep going. I got to my job 5 minutes before the original time. I got my job at 8:10. Compared to 8:16, 8:17. I got there early. By doing what I did and by trusting them. Because me, I would have got off on any of them damn exits because this looked too slow. This looked too hard. So there's your message. Not just keep going straight. But when you have your destination in mind, don't worry about the way you get there. Trust that you gonna get there. If you say you done calculated your shit, I could be okay, like you, Virgo. If you say I'm gonna get this degree, it's only gonna take me 3 years to get this degree. There's your destination. There's your deadline. Trust them to get you where you need to go. Though I drive through the valley of traffic, I should fear no. I should have no fearful ways is with me. Yes, should have bought a Honda, but trust it. Trust it. When you have a set destination, a set purpose, and you say that's what you gonna do, there's nothing gonna stop you. If you say that's what you want to do, that's what you're gonna do. The only thing that can stop you is if it's not for you. Okay? So Virgo, let's say you in school to be a veterinarian. But your ass is allergic to every fucking animal on the planet and some of them that ain't from the planet. That may not be the job for you. That may not be the job for you, or it might be. Because on one end, let's say you're allergic to all these animals, but you have this drive, you have this urge to help animals, and you keep going. It'll work out. Or maybe you tried. Why did it delete it? Wait a minute. No. I don't see why it would have. Why did it? Hold on, JoJo. Let me see. Which one is this on? I don't know. Let me find out. Let me see if I can find it. Cause I don't know why that happened. I don't see anything that you said that it would have blocked it. Oh, it might be a word that you used. That might be what it is. I think it's a word that you used. I think it's just a word. A biomed engineer, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good. That's not just good money, but it's good for the people. Should you message the person? Go ahead. Is English, and baby, English is my shit. When I say my English professor, nobody liked this man. They could not stand him. They say he was just so hard, and I'm like, he's really not. He gave you everything. Y'all just being difficult. You got to find a way that works for you. Some people work better at associating. Like when I study, I have to make the words work for me. So let's say, give me a term, Virgo. Give me a biology term. I mean, you can do that. That's one way to do it, where you just find out what your professor's looking for. You just write to their taste. But the issue with that is it going to help you understand the material? Because it's like kids, when a kid grows up just being a people pleaser, that's all they know how to do is people please. They may not even understand the material. Now let's see. Let's look up a biology term. Cohesive and adhesive. Okay. So the first thing we look at is if you know one term, if you know one part of a term. Let's look at that first. So we know if it says co, it's going to be more than one. Okay? It's going to mean something that works jointly. That's first. If it is adhesive, well, we think of sticking together. So let's see how well this works. Let's look up the actual definition because I can tell you what they mean. But so if we say adhesive, we would think it has to do one of two things. It has to stick to something, like adhesion, tape, something that's going to come together. So that's what I would say adhesive means. Sticking to something. So let's see, adhesive. Adhesive, any substance that is capable of holding materials together in a functional manner by surface attachment that resists separation. That means coming together. A strong bond. So if we break this down now, mind you, this part doesn't work, but mentally it'll help your brain in that moment. Add, to put together. You're adding more to something. You're sticking it together. It's sticking together and you can work with it. Because what happens when you do adhesives to something? You're able to make it function. Now we go for cohesive. Well, if adhesive is about sticking together so it can function, cohesive must be something that helps that. Something that comes to the thing that needs to stick together to help it. So let's see. Let's move, add, and put co. Well, it just says characterized by cohesion. Okay. The action or state of sticking together. It's the same thing. But the difference would be the functionality of the two. So if we look at co means it has to be two, like at least other things. Add means you're adding something to stick together so it can function. Co means something is coming in to help it stick together. So, and then it even comes up with cohesive and adhesive. In terms of biology, the tendency of two or more different molecules to bond with each other. Now listen here. The tendency of two or more different molecules to bond with each other. Adhesive. That's that glue. That's adhesion. Now you say it like glue, but that's adhesion, yeah. Cohesion is the force of attraction between the molecules of the same. So, adhesion is the thing. Cohesion for you is the measurement of it. So if you want to see it like that, see it the way you can see those words, see it as you're in school. Okay? In school, you got cliques. You got the nerds, the geeks, the band geeks, the sports freaks. You got the gym rats. You got all them. They stick together. They stick together because they work well together. So naturally, things that work well together kind of want to come to each other. Okay, so now you know you got added to a group. Adhesion. You got added because y'all stick together. Co is the measurement of how well you stuck to them. Because guess what? Think of co. What's another word that has co in it? Co-op. Cooperate. It's a measurement of how well something cooperates with the other thing. And there you go. Adhesion is how well it sticks together, and cohesion is the measurement of how well they stick together. Basically. I told y'all I was a teacher. This is what I did, and it's still what I do. This is why people, when they study, they like for me to teach it. I can literally teach you a subject that I have absolutely no knowledge of, as long as I can break it down to myself. One thing that was said, and they talk about like people who really know their shit. If you are able to explain whatever it is you're doing to a 4-year old in plain, simple terms where that child can understand it, then you understand your shit. If you can't, if the only way you can explain biology is to say, well, adhesive is when things adhere together. Well, for someone who don't know what the fuck adhere means, that's not helping them. Yeah, that was one thing. Classes like that, I'm gonna go in there and take the notes, or if they put it online, I would take them notes and then just study myself. But yeah, so trust them. And if it's in my power, I will even try my best to try to help you study. But wherever you're trying to go, you got to get that purpose. And stop. And one thing that happened in this time that I haven't been on here was that I was like, I'm looking at the life that I'm living, and it's not a bad life, but it's like I know I can do more. So that's exactly where I was going, Judge. I said I wanted to study languages, so I decided to enroll in school to study languages. And I emailed the people because this was my old college, so I figured I can sit here and go back and study this. But then I thought just if I'm right, I gotta look. Like if the Biden thing passes, excuse me, that shit was sitting there, it was hurting. If the Biden thing passes, like I literally would have just gotten rid of my student loans, and I want to jump back into it. So I was like, let me look at some other stuff, and then that led me to think I don't see myself working for people, like sitting at a desk and everything. I just haven't seen it. I said I officially retired 3 years ago, going on 4 years ago. That's what's in my head, in my heart. And to me, retiring wasn't, well, back then, retiring meant I was good. I didn't have to work because I had money. Well, the pandemic proved that otherwise. But even after that, even in the midst of the pandemic, I still was like, no, I'm retired. For me, retirement meant I don't have to go to these jobs. I don't have to do that to make ends meet. I am shiny as hell. I just feel overly shiny. That's a little better. Yeah. Um, but yeah. So that's what I say. Now, it doesn't mean it's true. Not necessarily, but to me it is. I'm retired. That's what I see. Need something shake midterms and spring break next week. If the long thing pass, I can focus on saving the car. Yeah. Yeah, and see that's the thing. When we look at rich people, we think they don't have schedules because you got money. That's where most of scheduling comes from. Trying to make money. You go to work to make money so you can have fun. To then lose the money and go to work. Rich people have schedules. It's not that they just living life to live life. They kids might do it, but even then, think about how rich people kids really live. They have them in school, they have them in events, they have them active all the time. And when you don't be active, you atrophy. Where they say if you don't use it, you lose it, you will atrophy. And in the last couple of years, that's what I feel like I've been doing. I've been atrophying. And now it's like, okay, I know I want to do this. But they're like, okay, but is there another thing you could do? Is there something else you want to do? So it's like, what is it that you want? And then it starts making you look deeper. Oh, I want to go to a tea party. I was in a women's group. We had tea socials. It was so fun. We got to wear the hats and everything, get dolled up. I love it. But once you find out what it is you want to do, like with me, I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to learn languages. So they started with me there. And they were like, well, is that what you want to do? I'm like, yeah, I want to learn languages. And it was like, no. Is that what you want to do? I was like, honestly, if I go by what I want to do, it was like, tell us what you want to do. I said, it's not even a bad matter of being filthy rich. Everybody says they want to be rich. That's not what people want. Okay? That's not what people want. I want one thing. And I thought about it. I said, I want to live a life where I don't have to have any alarms set. And they're like, that's a good idea. That's cute. That's sweet. But how will you know when you need to get places? So that's not feasible. That's not logical for the lifestyle that I'm living. I'm not saying going to. I told you I put the shit in the present tense. It's not feasible for the life I'm living. So what is it that you want? Honestly, I want to be able to go and do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, and not worry about not having the money or worrying about other shit. It's like it's a thing that I want. They're like, okay, so you want financial freedom? Yeah, in one way, yeah. Well, you don't need to look at millionaires. You need to look at billionaires. Well, why is that? The mindset, and I'm telling you, this is what they're telling me. This is not shit I looked up. This is literally it comes to you as realization. At least for me, it comes to me as realizations. That's how I know when it's them. A millionaire that's not focusing on being a billionaire is a millionaire is a high paid employee. That is the difference between you and a millionaire. They are high paid employees. Basically, high dollar prostitutes. Because all you're doing is selling your time. That's it. They just have more value associated with their time. This came about when I looked at that Beyonce thing. And this is what got it. And I don't know what happened, but the illusion or whatever stage magic it was, broke right in this moment. There's a particular TikTok video of Beyonce coming down some stairs. We be all night. Hey, that little part there when she's coming down the stairs. But this person was on like it's stage left, basically. Oh, no problem, sugar. I mean, sometimes that's what these lives are for. Some people just need someone in the background talking. But when she comes down the stairs, that drunken love. When she comes down the stairs, this person is on basically stage left. Mind you, I did do theater, so stage left. Which would be if you're looking at the stage to the right hand side. I might have mine backwards because sometimes I did mix those two. But if you're looking at the stage, this person would have been on the right hand side. They see her and she's coming down the stage or coming down the stairs, and you can hear her actual voice. Now, mind you, I'm not a big fan of Beyonce's singing voice because to me it's very forced. When you hear her talk regular, it doesn't sound like, because she has stage voice. A lot of people have stage voice. Stage voice is like announcer voice, where you're overly clear and you have to have inflections and all that. That's stage voice. So when you hear Beyonce, we be all night, that's stage voice. Yeah, she naturally has a more deeper, raspier voice when she's talking, but she over accentuates it when she sings. So, and that's kind of true of everyone. Like your voice is more amplified, so yeah, it makes sense that it would be more of that. So she comes down the stairs and she's singing, and this was the thought that went through my head then. These people are paying all this damn money to see this regular ass person. That's all I could think. That's all I could think. This is a normal ass person. Beyonce ain't no different than nobody else. She just sings. And guess what? There are singers out there that are better than her. From vocal range to inflection to voice to pitch to, is this my real voice? It's my real voice. This is how I sound no matter what. I don't have the patience to sit here and put on the stage voice to talk for hours. Hell no. What y'all hear is what y'all hear. This is what everybody hears from me. This is real voice. Now I will tell you somebody who did do a horrid, and I'm so glad he don't do it anymore. Somebody who did a streamer video voice, Markiplier. I cannot watch any of Markiplier's videos that are older than 5 years. Why? Because you can hear when he was like, hello everyone and welcome back. We are here and we're going to play this game. What is this game about? Like that shit pisses me the fuck off and I want to punch him in the face. Like that's it. Look at his stuff that's older. That's how he sounds. Versus if you look at him now, he's just talking. I don't know why some people put on that, but sometimes it just gets them in the character or gets them in the mood or something. Whatever. Now, I catch accents all the time. That's still my real voice. I just brainwashed myself into having a Bayou accent. And I did this very young. But when I heard Beyonce and I heard more of her real voice, because where this person was positioned was fantastic. They were positioned in a way where you can hear Beyonce's actual real voice singing, plus what was being put out through the microphone. Because, you know, a lot of microphones have pitch correction and all that kind of shit. And she has a whole team in the back to make sure that she's on pitch and she's on point. When I heard this, I'm looking like, y'all paying thousands of dollars to see this regular ass person. She ain't no different than the rest of us. She put her pants on one leg at a time unless she hop in them. Or has someone put them on for her. But she's a regular ass person. Married to a regular ass fucking guy. This ain't different. This would be the equivalent of the power couple in school where, let's put it like this. Jay-Z is not what would be considered stereotypically handsome. What does it mean when your right ear is hot? Hot? What do you mean hot? Jay-Z's not stereotypically handsome. However, he's business. Sometimes it's that, but he's saying hot and not ringing. I don't know if that's still somebody talking about you, but yeah, she's a regular person. And I just had to look. This person is making millions. However, yeah, he's smart. He is fucking brilliant. That's what got her. It ain't got shit, because guess what? Looks fade, baby. Now, it ain't got to. You got some sexy ass elders out there. But that brain's something else. Because I'm telling you, I didn't know how much of a sapiosexual I was until I met someone who could do 5-digit math with no fucking problem. Off the top of their head. Within 30 seconds. I felt like Helga Pataki. My women parts were a quiver. But I just couldn't. Whatever that magic was, it just broke. Because I was like, that's a regular person. And then what I heard in my head of, I guess, hire me speaking, said that is a high paid employee. So I had to stop and think. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, look at it. The life you want to live is not the life of a millionaire. Why do you say that? Because it's not. A millionaire's mindset is vastly different from a billionaire's mindset. Now, they have a lot of similarities, but there are some core components that don't allow millionaires, someone who's just a millionaire with a millionaire mindset, to become a billionaire and stay a billionaire. So, I think the net worth of Beyonce and Jay-Z together is under $1 billion, or it might be $1 billion together, but they're millionaires. High paid employees. Because guess what? If Beyonce didn't do that concert, if Beyonce didn't show up on that stage, Beyonce don't get paid. Unless there's a clause of no refunds in it. And it's not likely she would continue to get people to come see her if she was always canceling shows. So if she don't perform, she don't get paid. Now, we're not talking about royalties and everything. That's a different beast. But as far as what she does for a living, what she is known for a living, actors, Idris Elba, my baby Michael B. Jordan, Shamar Moore, all of them high-priced employees. Because if they don't sing, if they don't act, if they do not perform, they do not get paid. They're nothing but employees. Billionaires, because guess what? They be riding down these streets. Billionaires are the ones that hire millionaires. Beyonce didn't get over there just to get over there, okay? She didn't have that concert in Dubai for the hell of it. No, some billionaire said, I want that. I want her to sing. Ask her price. Boom, it's paid. That billionaire, now mind you, he might go to work or she might go to work. But I guarantee you, she or he has time to go enjoy the Beyonce concert. Beyonce can't even drink Coca-Cola because she's sponsored by Pepsi. You can think that all you want, but if Beyonce want a Coke, I guarantee ain't a person on this planet gonna stop her. I guarantee if she in her house and she want a Coke, she gonna get a Coke. I've seen plenty, and that's a behind the scenes thing. I've seen plenty of people who preferred Coke to Pepsi. All they did was just empty out the Pepsi can and put Coke in it. That's it. Austin, thank you for following, Sugar, and welcome, welcome. There ain't nothing about that. But she's a millionaire. Now let's go to a billionaire. Look at Rihanna. Now I don't know the vibe I get from Rihanna. I know it's an interesting, I would probably keep my distance from you until I know you better type vibe. But if we look at Rihanna, Rihanna is officially a billionaire. But look at the moves Rihanna made. Rihanna's not just focusing on music. Now, I don't know if Beyonce is doing anything else because I don't follow pop like that. Like, musicians and artists like that. But Rihanna has Savage X Fenty. She has her lingerie line. She has her, she has the fashion. She has the lingerie. She has the pregnancy line. She has the makeup. But guess what? All of that stuff does not require her to be in the building. That don't require shit from her. Rihanna got perfume. I got her perfume. I love this fucking perfume. It smells so good on me. Ivy Park. What the fuck is that? A park dedicated to her kid? What is that? A fashion line? Is it doing well? Cause I ain't heard of it. This is the like. This is why I say this would be the difference between them. You hear a lot about Rihanna. Cause here's the thing. When it comes between Beyonce and Rihanna, Beyonce is known as a singer more than anything else. Yes, she has done a few movies, but oh, well, hell, that's why. See, this ain't here the thing. You hitting on it. You hitting on it, JoJo. Here's the difference between a millionaire's mindset and a billionaire's mindset. A millionaire focuses on money. Okay? Millionaires focus on money. So what like with Beyonce, how much can I get paid to perform? You paying me $8 billion to perform? Bet I'll go do that. But that does not make her a billionaire. Technically, it does make her a billionaire because you now have $1 billion in your bank account. But it was how it was paid. In my opinion, it was how it was paid. Now, you can be a billionaire and work your shit like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But to me, a billionaire is someone who makes passive income. Where I don't have to go into this building to make my money. And Infraction, what's up? And that's kind of the difference between Beyonce and Rihanna. Beyonce is more musical, and every time you see her, she's putting out some albums. I don't know much about any of her other exploits. But Rihanna doesn't just focus on music. Like, Rihanna puts out an album, she's putting out an album. But she then focuses on clothing. She focuses on the paternity line. She focuses on her makeup. And then, what is the difference? It is affordable. And to me, that's what separates a billionaire from a millionaire. Because what would I rather have? One client that pays top dollar. Or would I rather have a lot of smaller clients that pay maybe half the price? Now, let's say this person pays a full dollar. These people here, these 4 people pay you a quarter. Well, guess what? It sounds like this person here is the way to go because you get a full dollar out this one person versus these 4 people that's just giving you quarters. But what happens when this person goes away? You get nothing from that. But if you got these 4 people, let's say this one don't want to do it no more, you still getting 75 cents. $50 for a onesie. Here's the thing. Rihanna's PR team, Rihanna's marketing team, fucking phenomenal. Rihanna's marketing team, yeah, that's the thing. Rihanna's marketing team is smart. See, I have never seen Rihanna fat. Okay? Rihanna's always had a nice shape. So for her to sit here and market clothing, looking the way she be looking, to some people that got shapes like me and bigger, and it's affordable. It's a little more pricey, but it's still affordable because compared to somebody who's going to go spend $5,000 on a goddamn, Hermes handbag, a $50 onesie ain't shit. Because what does this say? Rihanna's team, when I say these motherfuckers are on point, what they're looking at is how to make poor people feel rich. That's what this is. They're looking at, these are the people that support her. Okay? We're not going to make this clothing be hundreds and hundreds of dollars because we want people to shop with us. We want people to come to us. We want people to buy our product. But at the same time, if you make a product too cheap, especially with the name of celebrity attached to it, they're going to think it's something wrong. You can't make something too cheap because then people going to overlook it. People going to think, it's not worth it. $12 for a onesie by Rihanna? Absolutely not. People ain't gonna buy that. Oh, $50? $50 gives you that same onesie that's 20 something dollars. And then you're paying 30 in taxes and brand name. Because we know that material is very easy to find. Okay? You can make some damn good clothing with some very cheap material. Cheap material does not mean bad quality. Okay? It just means you got it at a good price. Unless it's actually cheap and bad material. Rihanna's not going to put out cheap and bad material. It's going to be one or the other now. So if it's cheap, it ain't going to be bad material. And if it's bad material, it's probably not going to be cheap either, because they're going to expect y'all to baby it. Like if that onesie fell apart in the wash, they're going to, like in a washing machine, they probably going to make you, probably like, oh, let's wash it by hand. But it's $50 for a onesie? Yeah. Me looking at it like this, $50 for a onesie. For a regular person, that's a lot of fucking money just for one onesie. No, I'm not buying that. That's too expensive. That's one onesie. Versus people who are looking at, this is a Rihanna onesie. Okay? It's a Rihanna onesie. It has her brand on it. It could be limited edition. Like, it may have future value. I can wear it. Like, a lot goes into that $50. It's not just taxes, and it's not just, oh, yeah, a lot of it is brand. Because look at some of this material out there. Who was it? I can't remember the fucking brand, and for nothing. But basically the brand is, like, it's expensive as shit, but people know better than to wear it. Let's see. But that's why I say that's the difference, because look at Rihanna. Rihanna just had her second baby, right? She can afford to give birth and get pregnant again. Now, mind you, yes, she showed it at a concert, but how many concerts has she had versus how much money she get from these products? Because every time you look up, everybody talk about Savage X Fenty. Oh, I'm getting the Fenty makeup. Do you eat Cheerios or Apple Jacks? If you asking me, I'm gonna say Apple Jacks because I love Apple Jacks. For the month, let's see, Virgo. Take a break. Knight of Pentacles is inverted. This is not doing what everything you can do to move up and progress. That's what that is. Knight of Pentacles is all about, yeah, you about to take another one. But this is saying you're not doing what you need to do to get where you need to go. The Emperor is inverted. When was the last time I had Apple Jacks? Last year? If I'm right. Might be the year before that, but I love Apple Jacks. The Emperor is inverted. This is, you're trying to either do things too logically or you're trying to do things a little too much like a man would do. That's like an Emperor. You're trying to control too many things at once. You need to sit back a little bit. But then a Nine of Swords is inverted. It's literally saying there's nothing for you to worry about. That too, work. But it's nothing for you to worry about. Take a step back. That's all it is. You don't mix Cheerios and Apple Jacks? I can't give a comment because I honestly cannot remember what Cheerios taste like because I don't think I've ever eaten Cheerios. I mean, that, you know what? That might be what you need to do, Virgo. Because I can honestly tell you that at certain paces, baby, that burnout is something fucking rough. And sometimes it can take you years to come out of a burnout. How you take how do you take breaks? I'm always up and doing something. Sleep. um Other than like doing, okay, you can be, there's a difference. I think the way you're seeing a break, you're seeing it as a complete period of inactivity, and that's not what a break is. A break is merely to shift your focus to something else. So if you yes, people sleep. So if you were not sleeping and you decided you wanted to take a break from, the rat race and everything, and focus on sleep, then you focus on sleep. If you are saying, this job here is doing too much, let me do something else, then you find something else to do. Like, it doesn't mean be inactive all the time. Sometimes, yes, you need to rest, you need to sleep, but that's not what taking a break is. A break is like, how if you're a book reader, how you can read a book and then you're reading and you're tired, your eyes start crossing, and then you read the same page 7 times and you still cannot retain any of the information that you just read. That's when you take a break. That's when you put the book down, you walk away, you go to sleep, you eat, but you got to distance yourself from whatever it is you're doing, because once you get that tunnel vision and you don't see anything else, you then become very, very biased to what you're doing. So if you were reading that book and you want to get to the end of it, you can keep reading, but you're not going to remember what you read. Nothing is meant to go forever. Nothing. You imagine a break sitting around twiddling your thumbs? No. No. A break could be you've been focusing on biomed schoolwork all this time, studying and studying, and then you go to what is it? Fucking spring break and get your freaknik on, basically. That's taking a break. It's just removing whatever it is you've been hyperly focused on and doing something else. So that way, when you go back to it, you go back to it with a fresh set of eyes and a fresh mindset. So how you've been having a hard time remembering terms, you might be looking at it far too long, and then you walk away from it, and then you come back and then you realize, oh shit, adhesion and cohesion. Now I get it. Have I seen the show called? It's called Daddy I Like to Fuck. Read it for you, JoJo. You've had a hard time remembering a lot of stuff. Take a break. Here's the thing, and people don't realize just how important sleep is. If we don't sleep, your memory is tied to sleep. The brain, the body, everything regenerates when you're sleeping. I've never heard of it. The brain, everything, it regenerates when you're sleeping. Even your memory. And apparently science has, I guess, proven that if you don't sleep a lot, you have a poor memory, because when you sleep, your brain then goes through everything you did that day, processes it, and then packs it away for future reference. Used to stay up to 10 a.m., baby. My issue was, and still is, that I prefer night. But then everything is only open during the day. See, I try not to stay up late, but it always ends up happening. It always ends up happening. And here's the thing. That's why she showed up. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Jojo, you have the Hermit inverted. This is a time to not be alone. This is not a time to detach. It's the time to hold things close and to go out more. Justice is inverted. And matter of fact, this is the card I was looking for. Look how miserable she fucking looks. She looks mad as hell. Or looks worried as hell. That's the card that I got for if she was pregnant. Justice is inverted. You may not be doing it the conventional way that you're used to doing it. Okay? As far as the way you need to go about life or whatever it is, as far as like going out, you may not be going out the same way that you used to go out. And then you got the Three of Wands upright. This is everything coming to a fine point. This is all the stuff that you were worrying about, sweating about, stressing about, all coming to a head. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could explode or it could just fizzle out. But just be prepared. Because if you feel like everything is going wrong, sometimes if we stop and think long enough, we realize where everything is coming from. And sometimes it's just a few minor little points that we have to change, and it changes everything. But, Virgo, how I say I stay up, my issue is I will be up literally all day. Like, if I go to sleep early, I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night, and I'm going to be up the entire day. That's the first thing. I'm going to be up. And I won't get tired until between 9 and 12. 9 a.m. to noon. If I'm up and I'm up, between 9 and 12 is when I'm going to fall asleep. And I'm going to wake right back up around 1 to 2 o'clock. Is your retirement coming sooner than you expected? No. It's either going to be right about where you expect it or it'll be later. I'm a night owl. I admit that. I've always been that way. Some people be like, oh, well, some people believe that people are either naturally one or the other. I believe that. I'm not a morning person. I'm just not. I have never been a morning person. I've never liked my sleep being interrupted or anything. I would rather sleep until my eyes naturally pop open. But then I'm tired. I'll say that for now. For me, I know why I can't, at least in this era of my life, why I don't sleep well. When I was younger, it was merely because when it was my rebellion. I was the good kid. I didn't cause any trouble. I didn't really rebel until later on in my 20s. So as a teenager, staying up late, or even as a preteen, staying up late, that's rebellion. Like, I'm not going with the, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not doing what everybody else do. So I started staying up late. But it wasn't that I started staying up. I just did it. I've always liked late nights because it's quiet. Don't have to wake up to an alarm. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Aww. This guy at work, you can see Venus and Jupiter outside right now. From over here, I can see, like, when I go out there, they're pretty bright. He worked nights. It makes sense. I think I also attribute some of my sleep issues to, the year that I really lost weight, so it's like 2019. My sleep schedule was basically like, I guess, that circadian rhythm. Basically fall asleep at 9, and by 3, 4, 5 o'clock I was up again, and I was prepared. I was rested, and I might have taken a nap between 11 and 2. But I was like, that was a schedule. That was a good schedule for me. But and then, all of that went to hell. The weight came back and all that shit, and it's just like, I guess I got out of the habit. That's one. But I know that part of my sleep issue is, for the last year or so, every time I have laid down to go, well, I can't say every time, but when something bad happened, it was always when I was asleep. It was always roundabout. It was always before 1 a.m. Always before 1 a.m. When I got the call that my grandmother died last year, my first grandmother died, it was, and I remember I was laying down to get ready, and this is when, and I was still kind of like getting that schedule back. I was laying down, either going to sleep or I was already asleep, and I got the call that she was gone. Before that, um, I had just woken up and was on the way to watch my cousin practice at baseball when I got the call that she was not going to heal. So I associate sleep, I guess, with something is going to happen. Because after her, once again, I was either going to sleep or I was already asleep. And my uncle calls me and tells my other grandmother passed. No, that was my uncle. That was after my second grandmother had passed. When my second grandmother passed, what was it, a late day for me? So I was just waking up. But yeah, every time it was something dealing with sleep and nighttime, I guess I have PTSD about it. So I don't sleep well at night because I guess my brain is kind of expecting something bad to happen. Go ahead, Matthew. Ask your question. But that's something that you have to work on because, like I said, once you get older, death happens. It just does. And always worrying about what's going to happen and, oh, if I do this, something bad's going to happen. Doing that is just going to, one, make shit happen, and two, stress you the fuck out. And if you can't fix it and you can't fight it, then what the fuck are you worrying about it for? How does Daniela feel about you? This is my first day back in here in a month almost, and your ass asking, I genuinely like her. Should I gave her a tarot reading? I didn't say this. I don't say this likely, like I only have eyes for her. Give me one call. How does girl feel about him? That you don't follow the norm. You're not cookie cutter. You shake things up. That's how she feels. Will you get the Foot Locker job? You already trying to leave the restaurant? Will you get the Foot Locker job? Yeah. Your fiance's next job? I mean, if she's pregnant, you quit it. The fuck? Let's see about her job. Nine of Cups is inverted. She's gonna be bored. Like the next job, it looks like right now, the way she's headed, the next job she gets is just to pass time. This is boredom. She either gets it because she is bored, Or when she gets this job, she's going to be really bored. Like her heart is not in it at all whatsoever. The hangman is inverted. Even though this looks like it's upright, it's like getting a job but not having a job. So it kind of seems like someone, like she's gonna work for damn near sweatshop work. It's like, do they have a job? Officially, no, they do not have a job, but they're working. Like getting either paid under the table or she getting suckered, and I'm hoping it's not that. And then the Queen of Cups is upright. Highly, highly emotional. Very fucking emotional. Very emotional. Whatever this is, it's gonna bring out all the fucking emotions. Where is Jupiter supposed to be tonight? In the fucking sky. What? What do you mean? Where is Jupiter supposed to be? Either in the sky or with Serena, Ray, Amy, and Lita. Or Lita is Jupiter. So with the rest of the Sailor Scouts. Will your spring break be fun? Not really. Wednesday he's gonna try to come down to Atlanta for the weekend. Well, if he's supposed to, he will. She's a therapist. She's a therapist. You know what? For the last couple of, I can say it since last year. I don't know why. Anytime I see the word therapist actually written out, I always see the rapist. I don't know why. Oh, good. So it's not just me. No, Virgo, you seem to be pretty solid. Just coasting, basically. But no. So, okay, Virgo. I guess that's what I was saying in the beginning. When I say be careful what you ask for. So you see how how I said I've been having trouble sleeping, and I said this year was the year I get back to me. I get back to getting into makeup, getting into hair, getting into nail, all the stuff I was doing previously. Starting to take care of myself more, starting to, I guess eventually I'll start going to a gym. Honestly, I don't even want to do that. I really just want to swim. So I really need to find somewhere where I could just swim. But I want to get on a schedule. And I told them, and this is what because I told you I talk to my team all the time. It's like they were trying to work their way, the way they were used to working. I was trying to work my way, the way I was used to working. And we were not, we were communicating, but we weren't understanding each other. We were hearing each other, but we weren't understanding and listening. So when they showed me that dream, it's like, oh, okay, so I'm understanding from your perspective, and kind of you can kind of see from my perspective. But it was more so that dream was for them to show me how they're seeing things, but not for them to understand how I was seeing things. It wasn't until that car ride that it seemed to be like, okay, y'all are up there. Y'all see the route. Y'all know if I take any of these side quests over here, I'm going to get off track with my destination. And it's going to take me longer to get there. So they were telling me to keep going straight the way I always did. And I'll get there on time. In fact, early, which I did. So that was me trusting them and listening to them. On their end, now this was prior to that day. So this was in a time where I wasn't on here. I told them about me getting back on track and how I need to get back into certain things, and I was like, I just need to do this. So now they're like, so now you finding out that you need to be active. Well, it's like, yeah, but it's not like I want to wake up early and I can't stand my sleep being interrupted. It was like, yeah, but how do we get you to do it? So I told them, for me, I am a creature that needs purpose. I need direction. I need a reason. And it can't come from me. If I say I want to do something strictly for me, I'm going to do it in my own time and I'm not really going to worry about shit. Which is why it took so long. Versus like when I was losing the weight, I had to be accountable because I had to go in to see my doctor. And when I was plateauing, I felt like shit, what am I doing wrong? And I was slipping off, but the doctor kept me on track. So with them, they were like, okay, so you need a purpose. That's when they put in my head to see the billionaires. So I looked up how they live. A lot of them don't live lavishly. A lot of them live no different than regular people, shop in regular places, and their mindset is more on, how can I make this money work for me? Their mindset is, how does this benefit me? And I've tried to change my mindset to that in these last couple of weeks where I'm not putting my energy to anything that doesn't benefit me. I'm looking out for me. So, waking up early, I'm like, okay, what does that do for me? At that moment, it did nothing for me because, at that point, I wasn't doing shit. Not shit that required me to wake up that early. So they're like, oh, so you do want to do it. And they've tried to get me to do it in different ways. And I'm like, it's not going to work that way. Trying to do it by putting a job in the place, it's not going to do it because my mindset won't allow me to be an employee. My mindset has always put me in the role of being a manager or something because people always listen to me. So they decided, so you have to actually physically, tangibly have something or need to do something. So what did they do? That went in there. When I say I did and did not see her coming, I had been hearing an extra dog in the house for the last couple of months. And when I say hearing it, I mean their water bowl is very, very, it's a fountain. So I know exactly how they sound when they drink. I know her drinking style from his. The drinking I was hearing was neither one of them. And it made no sense because it was so fast. And I would go in there frequently. It was like, is something wrong with the filter? Do I need to change the water? Like, what is it? And I couldn't figure it out until I heard her drink. And I was like, I've been hearing her this whole time. She was a surprise. She was a gift. But what happened? I said these two, because I raised them from puppyhood. Him, I held in my hand. I got him when he was 6 weeks old. I got her when she was 4 months. Somewhere around between 2 and 4 months old. Never again did I want another puppy. That is a lot of work. But she shows up. Okay. What happens when you get a puppy? No different than getting a baby. You got to get on the schedule. So what have I been doing since I got her? I've been on a fucking schedule. Like right now, I would be asleep. That's how well she got me on the schedule. Because after having her for a day, the amount, because, puppies, they got to pee. They can't hold themselves. And I'm sorry, I'm not getting up and running out the house it's not even every 2 hours with her. It's like every 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not doing that. Y'all know I lost 8 pounds fucking with her the first week I got her. Because I was constantly getting up. Because I'm an overthinker. I do shit. I'm over the top with shit. So I'm thinking, the puppy got to go outside. She got to go outside. She got to go this. She got to do this. Like, that's all that was in my head. She got to go. She got to go. She got to go. That's all I was thinking. At that point, I was like, look, I'm not getting up every fucking time you gotta pee. You better get on these damn pads in here and do what you gotta do. You gonna get on the schedule with them. We all look, we all old in this house. Nope, you oh damn Joe Matthew, you haven't seen the new pup. She ended up making noise right now. Hold on. Ugh. This is hot. Mm-hmm. I'm not naming her Sydney. Aw. She's not a shepherd. Well, not that type of shepherd. Nope. My new baby is a Belgian Malinois. And when you read up on them dogs, you will understand very quickly how I went down 8 pounds in a week. Because when I say this dog done had my ass up and running, up and moving, which to be fair, I think I am going to try to stick with taking her out every 2 hours during the day. Because that week, baby, when I say even now I can see my face has gone down, I have more energy. At the same time, I'm more tired. Because I'm constantly running. There we go, excuse me. Should you hustle at school? Wait, I just saw something about snacks. Should you hustle at school and sell snacks? Hell yeah, ain't no. That's literally the cart to start over. So yeah, I would do that. How's my mental clarity? Honestly, at first it took a hit because not just of her being a puppy, but so here's the thing. Mentally, I suffered probably the third day because she had worms. I had never seen a dog have worms before. I've never seen it. And I've heard about it. You know, I've heard they drag their butts across the floor and all that kind of shit. But when I got her, she gets car sick. So I try to take her with me a lot so she gets used to being in a car. But the first car ride she took with me, she threw up. Now, mind you, back in the back part of my car, I have like a blanket and everything down for the dog. So, you know, if they do anything, I just take out the blanket. And she threw up, and I was confused because I was like, why the fuck were they feeding her spaghetti? Who the fuck feeds a puppy spaghetti? Like, I was really fucked up about it because I didn't understand. I was like, what the fuck is this shit here? It was two long, curly ass white strings. And the motherfucker started moving. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? So I showed my brother and he was like, yeah, wormer. Got it. So once I cleaned up, I got her home, I got her some deworming stuff. I don't know if it was just tapeworms or if it was like the what hook. Oh, my bad, Chocho. I don't know if it was like hookworms or anything like that, but whichever worm it was, good God, they were long as shit. And apparently, the litter that she came from, every last dog had worms because the mama had worms. So I went ahead and gave her some deworming medicine because I still had some. And I was like, oh, it's a bit past the expiration date, but right now, this is all I got. And her little tum tum, it was so bloated. Like, I just. She was running around, so she wasn't lethargic or anything. She had all the fucking energy. Trust me, I know. But I gave her the worming medicine, and I'm like, it was like the second day of giving it to her. I wasn't seeing nothing. I watched her stool vigilantly. And now I see why a lot of shit don't shock parents anymore because y'all gotta look for that type of shit. I was looking. I didn't see nothing in her stool, and I was like, "Oh shit, maybe this shit don't work because it's expired." Day number fucking 3, I go on her case, and mind you, here was the weird thing, and this is probably gonna be TMI. The first day, like all she did really in her cage was pee. As far as shitting in her cage, that's not something she did. By the third day, I think, when she was here, and after I gave her that worm mist, so it was after the second dose, so it had to be between the second and third day. I smelled it in the house, and I was like, God damn, what died in you? When I say it smelled rotten, oh my God, it was so bad. And I went in there, and this was before I really had the puppy pee pads and stuff because I didn't have time to go get them then. And that day we were going to go get some. But, oh my God, it was all over the cage. But she tends to shit, and she shits in a weird way. Well, it's smart, but it's just so weird that she's that damn smart. She shit by the door. So she kept like avoiding it, but then she ended up stepping on it, and yeah, so she smeared it over the cage. So I had to clean the cage out. But I looked at, and I didn't even have to look. I saw it as soon as I opened it, cause she had to get a bath. It was full of worms. It was at least 4 or 5 solid fucking worms in just the first stool. And I'm like, God damn. So I clean it up. I give her a bath. And here's the thing. This had to be like the 3rd or 4th day. Because by then I was so fucking tired. And I did not want to deal with it. I did not want to give her a bath. It was just, I was so tired. But I could not let her just be covered in shit. So, gave her a bath. But I had to look at the bright side, which is like, this is that billionaire mindset. How does this benefit me? You can't control how she shits. She's a baby. She's going to shit more. Either you're going to take her out more or you're going to clean up. One of the two. You have to pick a struggle. And neither one is what you want to do, but you're going to have to pick one of them. So, I cleaned her up, washed her up, and I was taking her out more frequently. But anytime she was shit, I was like, you know what? Y'all did this so I could see it. So y'all did this so I could actually see that the worming medicine worked. So that was the first one. The second stool she did, every time she shit, I smelled it. Then one day I was like, I had just woke up. It was early in the morning, so I knew she would have to go shit and everything. If she didn't already fucking do it, and I didn't smell nothing. I'm like, nah, you been in that cage because it was bedtime. You been in that cage since last night. It was early in the morning. It was time to go out, and I didn't smell nothing. I said, well, did she not? I went in there. No, she shit, but there were no worms. So I'm assuming whatever was in her guts, whatever the worms was doing in her guts, oh baby, they was gone. Cause her shit apparently doesn't have a smell, at least right now, cause she's a puppy. But apparently it didn't really have a smell unless she was full of worms. It was the weirdest fucking thing. And I'm gonna tell you what this little smart ass thing does. So I put pee pads in her cage. Just in case. I'm like, you're a baby. At some point during the night, you're going to have to go pee. I'm just not waking up every 2-3 hours to take you out. So I have the pads in there. What she will do, I put 2 in there. I put one towards the front, one towards the back, and they meet in the middle. She will pee and shit on the one in the back. And then take it and cover it up. Like, I don't know how she does. I've never watched her do it. But every time I've come in there, if she's peed, it's at the back of the cage. If she's taking a shit, it is the funniest shit. It's like she gift wraps it. She will make sure it is on that fucking pad and she folds it up over it. I guess so she don't have to see it or step in it. But she's smart as shit for no reason. That's why I'm like, the name I'm really calling her, it don't fit her. Like, it's going to be something else. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something else. Listen to it in there. You know I'm talking about her. And, that's the weirdest thing. Because, like, I mean, she came from a reputable trainer and a breeder. Like, hell. I know she was at least well cared for. As far as I know, they didn't do any real training because she was coming to me. And this apparently had already been planned because when I got her, she is 3 months old. So apparently this had already been in play. Now this is making me wonder what I asked for back in November. Because her birthday is close to mine. And this is making me wonder, I'm going to have to look at some of the lives that I've done. And see, that's the thing about her. When I say I don't know if she's a mimic, but she definitely picks up on other things. Like, when my white Hellpaw goes out there and takes a shit, she does that little kick with the back legs thing where she's just like, I guess, I don't know, like, she never actually physically touches her shit. It's like, I guess she's like throwing grass or something over it. I have watched her for the first 4 to 5 days when she was here. And I've watched her go to the bathroom. And when she actually shits outside, she just walks away from it. I let her out a few times with them to go to the bathroom with them. But she gets so easily sidetracked because she wants to play. So I have to take her out separate. She watched my white Hellpaw take a shit and do the kick thing. And I watched her head cock to the side. So then next time I took her out, I let her go first and I took them out behind her. She did it again. Next time she went outside and took a shit, she was doing the exact same thing. She started kicking back. I said, you ain't supposed to actually touch the shit, though. That's the problem. You can do that. Just don't touch it. Because now I have to wipe your feet down. But everything she picks, she has the mannerisms of all 3 of my Hellpaws all in one. She has an attitude like my white one. She has like the insane intelligence of my brown one. And then she started, because my black Hellpaw, he didn't want nothing to do with her. He was like, okay, I guess we just babysitting for a day or 2. I guess she alright, but he wouldn't go near her. Well, she's still here. He was like, He'll go in there peeking the cage like, what the because I've taken her out of the house and then I'll come back with her. He's like, what the fuck, Mom? I thought you were getting rid of her. I thought she was going home. She is home. So it's like he kind of warms up to her. But it's like, not really. I'm not going to play with you yet. And I think she thinks he's a puppy because he's about her size. And it's the funniest shit ever. But she takes up after all of them. I've let her meet each one. They all do well with her. They haven't tried to hump. Nope. Haven't done that yet. If anyone would do it, it would be the white one. But she hasn't done it. The white one, I think all of them know she's a puppy, so I guess they don't have to. But they have had to tag that ass, okay? They had to check her. The black one won't. The black one doesn't bark a lot. Like, as far as during the day, no. If he sleep, he is going to bark and howl like hell. She got him to bark because she went too far. Not only did he bark, he growled and snapped at her because she did too much. She has not done that again. With the white one is more apt to play with her. So they'll be wrestling and fighting and chasing after each other because that's how she did with the black one when he was a puppy. She's just a true mom. And you'll see them in there and she'll have about a throat. She'll grab them feet. I don't know why every dog wants to put their leg in her mouth, but she does the same thing the black one does because the black one always puts his damn leg in her mouth. I don't know why. But it's the funniest thing to see all of them interact with each other. She picks up from them so quick. She learns so quick. Like when she learned when I'm in the kitchen, normally these two are on the side of the kitchen closest to the living room. Now that she's here, they go to the part that's closest to like the garage. These two so smart. They know if she pissed somewhere that she ain't supposed to, they know mama gonna get her ass. So anytime she's out, that's why I don't like if I can't actually watch her, she's in her room. But if she's out and she has peed, all I gotta do is look for my white Hellpaw. If she comes to me, or if I look and she's in my room, I know the puppy done peed. This has been literally all the last week and a half. Anytime that puppy has pissed on my couch, she has pissed on my couch. She done pissed on my couch. Floor, I'm going to have to chalk that up. But she pissed on my couch. A couple of times. And the thing is, that smart ass little helper in there, she knew what she was doing. I know she knew what she was doing. Because I had just taken her out. Everybody, and I gave them plenty of time to be outside. To pee, to do everything you need to do and come back in. I gave her time. She literally, I watched her come into the kitchen, look around the corner, and take the fuck off. The fuck you peeking for? I ain't never had a human child, but I know silence is very suspicious. And you peeking? What the fuck you done did? So now I gotta go see about you. What did I see? Big ass pile of shit. Okay. So now I need to know when you actually shit. So now I have her kind of like on a mental timer. Well, if you shit, I know you done pissed somewhere. Where was the piss? All over the ottoman. And she goes to the spots she's already went to, so I try to really clean those spots. I can't bleach the couch. But I do have other cleaning products that I clean it with. She tries to go back to the spots she's already gone to. So I try to make sure that she associates the spots with some form of punishment. Oh, you want your lamb chop? You can't have lamb chop. You're getting popped. Don't piss on my shit. Now, if she do it in the kitchen floor, I'm not as mad about that because that's very easily cleaned. Carpet, any texture is not. Every time she has done it for the last week and a half, that white one either comes to find me or she disappears into my room. I knew she had fucked up real bad one time when I was in the bathroom washing my face. And my white Hellpaw tends to watch me from outside the bathroom, or she watches me from her pet bed. She came all the way into the bathroom, into the corner, and sat. I knew that dog had did something. I come out and damn near sat right in the pile of piss. She'll learn, and I have to keep remembering that for anything worth having is worth working for. That's one, and two, if done right, the hardest part for any task you start is the beginning. Sometimes the hardest part is just getting started. And with me trying to put myself on the schedule, I have tried for like the last year and I just could not put myself on the schedule. So I asked for help. What did they do? Sent me her. What did she do? Forced my ass to be on schedule. You gonna wake up in the morning. You gonna do this. She gotta eat. Like, I free feed. I ain't got time to sit here and remember to give you food and I feel bad because I didn't give you food. She free feeds. Luckily, she is not a gorger. Like, she eats as much as she is hungry and then she stops. Peeing and stuff, we gotta work with her, but then again, she has a tiny bladder. I can't expect her to really go those hours, which I'm gonna do the every 2 hour thing at least. But she's actually a really good dog. She's really sweet. At least to us. Does Danielle like that you're not cookie cutter? Yep. She's a really, really good dog. She done went shopping. Helpful. I don't know where she got the money from. But she went shopping. She she was in the buggy. I was gonna let her walk, but she just wouldn't. So I put her in the buggy. She went shopping. A couple of times. She has tasted bread. I want to wait until she's a bit older to get her first pup cup. I want to ask, because your ego, do girls like your new hairstyle? Do you rock it with confidence? I'm going to tell you right now. Anything, if it's rocked with confidence, people going to like. They may not understand it, but they'll respect it. Like, when I started wearing this, I have been wearing this for over 13 years. And the person who gave it to me, still one of my bestest friends today. He gave it to me because I eyeballed it and it was a birthday gift. And I was like, oh my God, I want that. I have only seen, I think, one more of these. But it was on the backhand side, which I ended up buying because I broke it. And you just now seeing this? It's not Chinese. I mean, I know the part you're talking about, but I just like that we went to Spencer's. And I was just, he just wanted to treat me for my birthday. So it was like a whole day for me to do just whatever I wanted. And the guy I was dating at the time had already taken me to get a tattoo because I wanted my tattoo. He took me to Build-A-Bear. And then we went to Spencer's. And I saw this and I was like, if there's anything on this planet, I want that. And this wasn't that expensive. Like, he said it was probably the best money he has ever spent because to this day, this I have been rocking since. I wore it to every fucking job. I have worn it to interviews. And you would be shocked at how people are like, and they don't think nothing of it because when I'm talking to them, this is just like any other ring. It may be a little large, but it's just like any other ring. And they'll compliment on us like, hell yeah, because here's the thing. To me, this is a part of me. This is an extension of me. It's no different than when you put earrings on in the morning and take them off at night. It is me. I have gone everywhere with this. I worked in a daycare with it because it's not sharp. It's not sharp at all. Can it scratch you? Yeah, I can scratch you with it, but it's not sharp. But when I was actually working with the babies, I did take it off because, little hands like grabbing stuff. And this was before it actually broke. And I put this shit back together. I rebuilt it basically. Because I was not going to not wear my ring. But when I got it, he looked at me, he said, "You are not going to wear that." Sir, you must not know who I am. And when it broke, I went without it for like I think a year. Because I was trying to find the little rivets to put it back together. And then I had to find this part because and they always break right here. The part that holds it. So I was trying to figure out how to put it back together. And I finally ended up doing it. But yeah. And people don't ever really think about it because a lot of times when you're talking, it's like this here. You're not really, especially the way I talk, you're not really looking. And then you don't really pay attention to I do something random like that or this. And then people actually see it. But when I first wore this, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. It takes a special type of person to be very confident doing something that is not the norm. So apparently a couple of years later, Beyonce came out one time with something very similar. And after that, everybody was like, "Oh man, you got the Beyonce ring." I said, "I don't know about that, but I've had this ring for years and I've always worn it." And they're like, "Wait, what?" Like, yeah, it's called a full finger ring, or you can look up finger armor. That's what it is. I cannot find this particular ring anymore. I even asked the guy because I was at Zaxby's, and when I was paying, he saw it. He was like, "That is nice. Where did you get that?" And I told him. He was like, "Y'all used to work at Spencer's." Bet. I said I've been trying to find like the bottom part of it or like another ring like it, and he was like, when did you get it? I said, this is pretty old now. It's probably like 13 to 15 years old. He said that makes sense. The very last time I saw a ring like that, it was when he worked at Spencer's, and it was like 10 years prior to. Actually, it was probably a little bit longer than that. And he was like, "I have never seen those type of rings since." They might have some that's like really similar, but like, let me see. This is metal. It's not aluminum. It's not bendable. It's not like this is metal. To the point where this is how long I've been wearing this ring. Let me see. You see that black mark? Right here. When I first got this ring, it used to on this side because you can actually see when you put it on, it never actually just stays straight up on your finger. It doesn't stay straight up. It kind of leans and turns to the side. It rubbed against that part. That's basically a callus that had to be built up over years. Because when I first wore it, good God, it hurt so much when I was first wearing it to wear it long time. And I just gotten so used to it. I'm going to see because I'm going to look up and see if I can find some more. Because the ones I've seen now, it's like they're plated. And I don't want a plated claw. I saw one that's like black, but it's like black plated. You can tell it's black plated, and it looks cheap. Like I have other ones. I have one that I cannot wear, and I bought it simply because I liked it. I can't wear it. And it's not because I can't wear it because of like practicality or anything. I can't wear it because it's a man's ring. It is far too big, and it is not. You can't adjust the fit unless I guess if I try to cut through it, and then I can adjust it down to me. But it is far too big, and the only reason I got it because it has a Reaper claw. I got it to replace this one when it broke. Um, do the people at your job like you as a person? Yep. Is Tippery attracted to you? Yep. And I'm gonna tell you what else. I think she's preparing me for kids. I am damn near. Oh, what's going on, sugar? I'm so sorry. Him, no competition. What kind of reading are you looking for? Does that say him, no competition? Yeah, it says him, no competition. How you doing, sugar? What kind of reading you looking for? Does Osha have something to say to you? Be a lot more logical with what you do. Think your things through first. And if I go by that one, because I've never, I should probably make sure I finish the reading before I get to shuffling. It's just such a damn habit at this point. Is speak softly and walk with a big stick. I don't know if you even heard that phrase before, but that. And for you, Virgo, this is more like speak softly, walk with a big stick. But in that card, the King of Swords, he's walking with a cane. Walk purposely and cautiously. So when you do something, don't put all of you in it first. Take your cane and like tap the floor, basically make sure that whatever you're standing on is solid enough to support you before you decide to step on it fully. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Anybody who comes to these readings, the first thing they want is a love reading. All right, I'm going to get you in a second. You're new, so, I mean, you can still get fussed at, but I won't fuss at you all the way. Financial. They really want you to have this card because the deck split at that card and I put it back together and put it back. But first, Knight of Cups is inverted. No interest. It's less about being bored and more about something that doesn't interest you. Then you got the Wheel of Fortune upright. This means you're going in the right direction. You're heading the right way. You're doing the right things. You're going to have pretty much a good run of good luck. And then Ten of Cups is upright. This is shaking things up. This is that cookie cutter thing. This is that things are kind of stagnant right now and you're about to fucking rip the fucking rug off from underneath them. You having a bad day? Why are you having a bad day? What's going on? Let's see about your love reader. No. Absolutely the fuck not. I don't like this at all. Are you dating? Are you dating this person? Because if so, you need to get the fuck out of it, or you need to rethink some things. You dating them? Ace of Wands is inverted. Baby, you didn't do your research enough. The first thing that comes to my mind is that guy who's a bigamist, trigamist, quadrigamist. This dude was, and this is back in the day, but this guy had wives all over. And they all believed they were the only one. Let's put it like this. Let Frankie goddamn Lyman. It ain't him, but I'm saying Frankie ass had 3 women that went to court all saying that they were his wife and only one of them could prove it. This is like you didn't do your research enough. Whoever the fuck it is that you talking to, thinking about, or whatever this is saying you did not look them up thoroughly enough. It was like, oh, I'm just going to put his name in the search bar and look for the very first thing that pops up. Well, the first thing is usually either something sponsored or some type of ad. So if you go by that, you're like, oh, well, he wasn't on the first one. Oh, well. No. Let me give you this example. Dude tried to talk to me when I was at work. This was years ago. I had a weird vibe about him. I didn't know what it was, but I know it felt weird. Now, he was spitting a good game. He was talking good shit. He was doing what he needed to do. But I felt weird. And then the more I talked to him, the more he kept trying to get me to his house. Baby, I like horror stories and murder mysteries. You are not putting me in your goddamn basement. I be holy damn. You ain't put me in your basement and you not cooking me up and serving me to the volunteers searching for me. No. So, I was not going, but he was adamant. And he was like, well, I mean, I can show you. We even video chatted. And he was like, I'll show you my room. I mean, there's no... literally, the room he showed me, there was absolutely no proof that another female lived there. I'm like, in my head, all I heard was guest room. I'm like, no, fuck that. Absolutely not. He came to my job a couple of days after we were talking. This literally did not last a week. He came to my job a couple of days later because he was a customer. Came there with his wife. Did not know I was working there because I'm only outside. So that day I was helping out in the office because they were short-handed. And he was in there with his wife. He wouldn't look at me. I said, hey. And he was like, oh, hey, what's up? And then went looking right away. I talked to his wife, and his wife, she knew that he was dogging her. She knew he was cheating. But she was that mentality of, this was her exact words to me, and I can never forget these words. Because this was after I asked her if she had a tattoo right here. I said, what's this interesting? What's the tattoo for? She said, oh, that's my son. Now, mind you, this guy I was talking to told me he had kids, but he told me he had a son, but his son was dead. And that his son died from playing Russian roulette. And he was like 19. Yeah, JoJo. No, he was like 19. So I'm like, and I asked her, and I looked at the date, looked at the initials and everything. She said, oh, that's my son. And he died. It was a freak accident, but they were playing with a gun. Really? And I look over at him. He will not look up. I said, damn. She said, yeah. She said, that's my boy. She said, well, I mean, he's not my son. He was his son. But I've known him since he was 3 years old. So I raised him. This is exactly what he told me. He just never filled in the blank. He said he had a son. He said he died when he was 19. He mentioned something about when he was 3 years old, he met his stepmom or some shit like that, but they didn't work out. Some bullshit. Everything he told me, he was someone who told the truth but lied through omission. That's why I tell everybody, do not lie to me. And that means do not omit shit. Don't try to sit here and redact shit. Tell me the full story and let me make my informed decision. So, he was a dog. Then I went even further. I got his name. I had his number. I Googled it. There is a website it's something like exposethecheater.com or some shit like that. And I put his name in just on Google first. This website is what popped up. This woman wrote a whole fucking story about this man and told the exact same fucking story he had told me. But she added something. She said, oh, and he has a 1-year-old. What? He got a what? When this woman was talking to him, he had a 1-year-old child that he had just had with somebody else who he also had gave VD to. What? But had I just gone by, oh, you're someone that I see at work all the time, or at least you're someone that I know from work and I can interact with you, and if I wasn't raised by people with common sense, I probably could have fell for the okie doke. But I got good sense. And good sense says. So, you didn't do your research. I need you to research some more. You got the 6 of Cups inverted, baby. It is time to take those rose-colored glasses off, okay? We cannot always live the way we did as a child, okay? When you're little, you can fall off a fucking... you can fall off of anything. You can fall out of a tree and not break anything, okay? I'm going to see if I can remember, or I'm going to see if I can look up through my text messages and see if I can find it. But when you're a kid, when you fall out of a tree, and let's say you do break something, it heals fairly quickly. But when you get older, those wounds that you got as a kid, baby, they start twinging. You start feeling them a little more. Like right now, I can tell you what the weather gonna be. Because my ankle that I almost broke when I was young, baby, it tell me. This is probably the first fucking time in the last 3 weeks that it has not been burning to the point where I just wanted to cut my fucking foot off. So, you need to take off those rose-colored glasses. This is not just living in the past, but this is living with the Disney. The way they tell little girls about being princesses and stuff, and be the damsel in distress and your prince will come save you. Baby, I like food. I'm not waiting up in no goddamn tower for somebody to come get me and I got long hair to climb down. And I'm not paying Uber or DoorDash that extra fucking DoorDash fee. I'm going to go get my food. I'm going to put a sign up that say I'll be back in 15 minutes. This here, you are looking at whoever this is from the way you used to see things. Kyle, what's going on? You are looking at this from the way you used to see him. You are looking at this from a dated perspective. So if you were raised up old school, you know there were men things and women things. But you don't really feel that way. You feel anything a man can do, you can do. That's what you need to look at. You need to stop looking at this trying to make it fit the narrative of what you were told as a kid. Or the narrative that your family is telling you. What's wrong with him? He got a good job. He pay all the fucking bills. You don't have to work for nothing. You literally don't have to do shit. They're not living in that house with you when you're locked down fucking 23 hours a day and the only hour that you get to go out is to go to fucking shopping and come back. Just because someone tells you that oh man, I would love that life. No, the fuck they wouldn't, because people don't like jail. Ain't a lot of people that like prison. So no. And then you got the Knight of Cups inverted. Your heart ain't even in it. This ain't just boredom. This is literally, you have no emotions in this whatsoever. And you can't figure out why. And that's because them damn rose-colored glasses you refuse to take off. You know back in the day when they had them 3D glasses, one blue, one red eye? Everything you look at is blue and red. So if there was anything, let's put like this. When you wear rose-colored glasses, red flags are very difficult to spot because they blend in. I promise you, if you just look over the fucking lenses, you gonna see some red flags. That's what you need to do. Do people still use Professor Review? I used to. Rate My Professor. Yeah. I used to look up all my professors when I was in college. If I went on there and my professor was on it with some horrible fucking reviews, I didn't take them. And it's not that I did it to be mean, but literally these were not just disgruntled students. I mean, these students were giving like really, really good reviews, and they were like, "Hey, if you're the type of person that can handle this type of thing, if you can handle like straight book work, this is the professor for you. But if you don't like that, it's not. He's a talker. She does this. They smell like this. Every fucking week they gotta do this." Like, I used to use that shit religiously. A Twitter called Dick Yelp. Okay. What did I just say? Is Robin in love with you? Yeah. Oh no, see, his name rate and the school surveys. I know they say they're anonymous, but I don't really believe that, or maybe I'm just overly paranoid. Either way, um, at least rate my professor was. I think it was anonymous if I'm right. Ooh. I asked the teacher if he saw his review. He said, "Nah." Some of them don't want to. Like, cause a lot of them are like, "Shit, I'm already a professor. I ain't got shit else to prove." And I mean, to a degree, that's valid as fuck. You done made your bones to be a professor. Love reading. Look here, y'all. Don't start on that. Literally, they telling you the same thing, Virgo. Knight of Pentacles is inverted. Not beneficial to you. The High Priestess is upright. You know what's not beneficial to you. And the King of Swords is upright. Literally. Speak softly. Walk with a big stick. Test the fucking surface before you step on it. They're telling you the same thing. At the end, the professor, the teacher admitted to being a swinger. Well, let him swing on. Shit. Yeah, that's his life. What that got to do with him in school? SK, what's going on, sugar? Should you give him a chance? No. What's wrong with him being a swinger? Let him swing on. Shit, he happy. Are you going to sexually cheat? Nope, not right now. I'm trying to speed run life again, child. Lord, you done already gave this man a chance, didn't you? I don't know why I got nervous there. I mean, the one that I saw you cheating with is right now out of the picture, so. Is Daniela playing hard to get? Yep. Oh my god, my neck hurts. Okay. Yep, I've been here too long. I should have been got off of here. Um. Okay. We gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Yeah, we gonna go. It won't pop. Oh. That part pop, but this shit is sore as fuck. Oh my god. What the fuck did I do? Oh shit. I am coming in here tomorrow. I am definitely coming in here tomorrow. Oh my god, I need to lay on my heating pad though. I don't know what the fuck I did to my neck. Even if I end up coming in here late, I'm still gonna come in here. Yes, for real this time. Yes, for real. Like, let's like this. So long as the universe works with me and everybody work with me, I will be in here tomorrow. And